Yes, it's on.
Yes, it is, huh?
The City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City will meet in a regular meeting, City Hall Council Chambers, located at 1716 West Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas, on Monday, May 22nd, 2023, at 6:30 p.m. We all stand for invocation, please. We all take a moment of silence and just think about the challenges that our city will face as we go through this meeting. We have new board members coming on. I wish them all the best of luck. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance. Roll call from my left, please.
Y'all's here.
Evans here.
LaRue here.
Key here.
False here.
We have quorum. Citizens' comments. The purpose of this item is to allow citizens an opportunity to address the City Council on items that are listed on the agenda or issues that are not listed on the agenda. Any person desiring to make a public comment must first sign in at the podium at least 10 minutes prior to the start of the meeting and be recognized by the presiding officer. Individual citizen comments are limited to 3 minutes. The presiding officer may ask a citizen to hold their comment on an agenda item until the agenda item is discussed. The City Council has no obligation to respond in any manner to comments or questions from the public. Any response from a member of the City Council to non-agenda comments is limited to a statement of specific factual information, a recitation of existing policy, or direction to the staff for follow-up. Presiding officer may have the authority to provide a verbal warning or an excuse and meaning as a speaker to be used as abusive, harassing, threatening, or defamatory language, or who engages in disorderly conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or otherwise impedes the orderly conduct of a meeting. I have Mr. Kerry Kirksmith. Would you like to speak now or hold your comments to the agenda? All right. Yes, sir, that'd be great.
Thanks for the privilege and the honor to be able to say something. I want to charge our new council members that are going to be here to take the time to talk to your constituents, please. I think there's been, 600 votes cast, something like that, traditionally in our elections. We've got 6,000 people or more. I realize that the council members have other jobs and things to do, but I'm going to encourage this council, this group of people that are here to serve us now, to please reach out proactively into your communities and get everybody's feedback on things. I know that it's hard, but I would just encourage you to please reach out. I know that you do in certain respects, and I know that you probably expect people to, be able to come in and, attend these meetings and voice their opinions. My opinion right now is, though, that the representation of our city has been not what it should be, because we've got 6,000 people, and there's just a few people that are really directing things. So I'd ask that this council, just this year, going forward, spend more time really reaching out to their constituents. And I would also ask that we forget about all the problems that we've had. Not forget about them, but let's leave the personal stuff out of it. Doesn't need to be any more tax on people. There doesn't need to be any defensive postures. We just need to move forward. We need to come up with some good ideas and execute them. We've only got so much money, I understand that, but let's talk about it. And let's talk to those that live in our communities. So each one of you representatives, please, going forward, make sure that you are talking to the people in your community. I'm very, very excited that we have April Burns is going to be representing our neighborhood. She's been a fantastic president of our POA, and I hope that she runs for mayor. I would definitely endorse her. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Elizabeth Shorn. Would you like to speak now or hold? All right. Dennis Lowe.
I appreciate it, sir. My name's Dennis Lowe, live at 111 McAnally, Maybank, Texas. For the ones that don't know me, while I'm over here talking, I've never met that fellow right there that just talked, but all the council members that done this, you volunteered for it. Up until October, I've given around 13 years to Gun Barrel, most of it being volunteer. It's free. Y'all guys chose this. And like he said, get out there and talk to your people. We got to be involved. Like he said, folks in the public, I know there's people watching. You got to get out. You got to. One person can't change it. I'm learning that right now. So I don't like public speaking. Most of y'all that know me, y'all don't believe it, but I don't like it. But you got to be positive. There's been a lot of negative here lately. A lot of it. We're grown folks. I mean, I appreciate it, whatever one of y'all do. Like I said, I get the volunteer stuff. It's rough sometimes. We all, like he said, we all have full-time jobs. I can speak on it. I do it. But I choose to do it. So nobody, I get it. That's all I got. Just more, be positive, guys. We got to move forward. Like he said, I know I don't live in Gun Barrel, but there's still people I care about. These people here care about y'all. One thing Jeff Arnswald taught me is integrity. You know, I've seen that word get thrown around a lot here lately. He also taught me you don't have to defend yourself if you got a good character. You've got to take integrity. It means something. Doing what y'all do, you got to have integrity. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Item 1A, all matters listed on the consent agenda are considered to be by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will not be separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Consider approving the following reports: City Manager, Code Enforcement, Court and Fire, EDC March 2023 financials, EDC March 14th, 2023 minutes, March 10th, 2023 special meeting minutes, March 30th, 2023 regular meeting minutes, March financials, permits and inspections, police, dispatch, and animal control, streets and park maintenance. May I have a motion, please?
I move that we accept the consent agenda.
I have a second. Vote for my right.
Foster, yes.
Key, yes.
LaRue, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jaws, yes.
Motion passes. New business, discuss and or take action to accept the resignation of Mayor David Skanes effective April 25th, 2023 from the City Council.
I make a motion to accept the resignation of Mayor David Skanes effective April 25th, 2023 from the City Council.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Vote for my right.
Foster, yes.
Key, yes.
LaRue, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jaws, yes.
Motion goes. 2B, discuss and or take action to accept the resignation of City Manager Jeff Arnswald effective May 23rd, 2023.
I make a motion to accept the resignation of City Manager Jeff Arnswald effective May 23rd, 2023.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Vote for my right.
Foster, yes.
Key, yes.
LaRue, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jaws, yes.
Motion passes. 2C, Judge Grace Wallace, Gun Barrel City Associate Judge, will administer the oath of office and seat newly elected council members. Oh, I'm sorry. Grace, 1 second. I skipped something here, the highlight. First will be recognition of outgoing council members, Richard Jaws and myself.
Okay. It's quite all right. All right. I did not get these printed up, so. The first one is Gary LaRue. Gary came to City Council not as a seasoned volunteer, but as someone with extensive corporate experience. He came in just when the city needed him. He also brought experience in short-term rentals. He was instrumental in reviewing policies and new ordinances. We are thankful for his thoughtful evaluation of questions and intelligent dialogue. Gary brought energy and enthusiasm to his work on the council, and for all of this, we are very thankful.
It's been a pleasure to serve the city of Gun Barrel, and I congratulate, as I mentioned before, the newly elected board members, April and Jennifer, and the reelection of Ken. So congratulations. You guys do a good job. I'm sure you will.
Okay, now let me find this one. I'll come down there and use your mic.
You're so kind.
Well, look at the user.
Is that what it is?
It could be.
No, couldn't be.
Okay, hang on. Oh, gosh. I'm not sure where I put it. So, this will be off the cuff.
It's always the best.
It has been a pleasure serving with you. You have become a friend, and so I know that we'll still be in touch. Richard has served about 31 years as a volunteer in this city. His family roots go deep. His wife, Kristen's family, has been here since the late 60s. So he's not going anywhere. And he brought, oops, I almost took the wrong phone. He brought to the council his corporate experience, but also, if you've ever heard him argue, he really could have been an attorney with no trouble at all. But it's good that you're an investigator and in a job where you can serve with compassion in difficult situations, compassion and grace in very difficult situations.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Now we'll get back on track. Judge Grace Wallace, Gun Barrel City Associate Judge, will administer the oath of office and seat newly elected council members. Thank you, Grace.
April Burns.
I, April Burns, do solemnly swear or affirm that I have not directly or indirectly paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God. I, April Burns, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Council Place 1 East for the city of Gumbel City of the state of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God. Thank you.
Jennifer Jacobs. I, Jennifer Jacobs, do solemnly swear or affirm that I have not, directly or indirectly, paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promised any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God. I, Jennifer Jacobs, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Council Place 3 West for the city of Gun Barrel City of the state of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help me God. Thank you so much. Kenneth Foster.
I, Ken Foster, do solemnly swear or affirm that I have not, directly or indirectly, paid, offered, promised to pay, contributed, or promised to contribute any money or thing of value, or promise any public office or employment for the giving or withholding of a vote at the election at which I was elected, or as a reward to secure my appointment or confirmation, whichever the case may be. So help me God. I, Kenneth Foster, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Council Place 5 at large for the city of Gun Barrel City of the state of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of the state, so help me God. Thank you very much.
Item 2D, discuss and or take action to elect a mayor pro tem per section 3.05 of the city charter.
I would like to make a motion that we elect Rita Evans as our mayor pro tem until November.
I second.
Any discussion?
Any discussion?
Rita?
Any other nominations? Okay, vote from my left, please.
Burns, yes.
Do I have to vote?
Sure.
Jacobs, yes.
Key, yes.
Foster, yes?
Ms. Evans, you may take over.
Well, as Gary Kirkwood and Dennis Lowe spoke, we do need to come together. And we've got a lot of work to do. And I won't be up here by myself. I might have a title, but that's it. Okay. 2E, discuss and or take action to approve a collection contract between the city and the Henderson County Tax Office for the purpose of collecting property tax for the period of October 1st, 2023 through September 30th, 2024. Janet, isn't this just a formality, or we do this all the time?
Yes, ma'am. This is an annual collections contract with Henderson County Tax Office for the collection of property tax. Our rate is set at 0 currently. And this is for any taxes that are on the books from previous years.
Okay. Okay, so I need a motion.
I move that we take action to approve a collection contract between the city and Henderson County Tax Office for the purpose of collecting property taxes for the period October 1, 2023 through September 30th, 2024.
Second.
Vote from my left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Key, yes.
Foster, yes?
2F, discuss and or take action to interview candidates for the park board and consider making appointments. These applicants weren't here at the last meeting, so they're here tonight, I believe.
I have something to pass out first.
Okay. Do we want to open discussion? Kelly Romo, is she here? All right. Does anyone have any questions for Kelly?
I do. Kelly, we've noticed you do have your social media presence on Facebook. Doesn't seem that you're a fan of the city, the EDC, or other departments within the city. Why do you want to be on the Parks Board?
It's not that I'm not a fan of any other department. I'm a fan of any department that is doing good things for the city. What I want to make sure of is that if there are questions, they're brought to light and they're dealt with. There's been a lot of things come up that are questionable, and things haven't been transparent, and that's why we have a new council in place. I would just hope that anybody and any individual group would put the needs of the city before anything else. I am vocal, I'm very direct, If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong. But if I'm right, I expect someone to address the problems. And I think that that's something that really hasn't happened. And I think that's why some things have just been left, so to speak.
Thank you.
But there is an agreement that is taken by all board members and council members that to have a unified presence in the community that is positive, that is promoting the city and not criticizing the city. Do you feel that you'll be able to curtail your remarks to fit in that?
I think I would be able to curtail my remarks as much as anyone else in this room. Because there's a lot of people sitting in here that are guilty of name-calling and everything. So I would hope not just myself, but everyone could stop and we can move forward to work and fix the things that are wrong. That would be my hope. Could I do it? Absolutely. I am never intending to be rude or disrespectful, but I'm very frank, and I am just, it is what it is. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings, but at the same time, I think that anyone that is in any of these positions, myself included, needs to be accountable for what they say and what they agree to. And I believe that in my personal life as well as anywhere else.
But going forward, well, none of us are perfect, of course, but I would hope that there'd be a better way to handle it than always being social media.
You're correct, 100% correct. There's a much better way to handle it. It's difficult to not respond.
Absolutely.
Very
I'm
difficult.
aware of it.
And all I can do is say that I will do the best I can to just focus on the positive and not the negativity that others may embark. I'm hoping that through all of this change, everybody can kind of come together and start working together again. And I'm not saying anything negative about the outgoing because I don't know them. I just know that a system was broke. And I'm not here to speculate how or why or every little detail, but I do know that needs to be fixed. And I'm passionate about the park. It's what got me involved. I have not gotten involved in the political part of it, but then when I saw the need with the park, it was silly for me to sit and have opinions about it and not do anything to try to help. So I've donated to the walkathon. I've given prizes so that they could raise money. I do anything like that that I can do to help. I think it's important as citizens that everybody invest a little bit. So.
Any more questions? Okay.
I move that we appoint Kelly Romero to the board.
Second.
Burns, yes?
Evans, yes?
Jacobs, yes.
Key, absolutely not.
Foster, yes?
She passes. Shelley Coleman.
Hi, I'm Shelley Coleman. I live 121 the Leeway, and I would love to be on the Parks Board. Questions?
Ms. Coleman, why would you like to be on the Parks Board?
Well, I've lived here for about 15 plus years, and when we first moved here, I had 2 dogs, and we were at the park at least every other day, and I think it's the only really public space that Gun Barrel citizens have to go, and I'm all about improving, and volunteers, I mean, volunteers are needed. Y'all are busy, everybody's busy, but volunteers are people that, you know, they want to do it. And I'm very passionate about the park. I love the park, all parks. So that's why I would like to be on the Parks Board.
I move that we appoint Shelley Coleman to the Parks Board.
I'm not done with my question.
Go ahead.
I was about to. I took a breath. Shelley, for the last time when we were interviewing candidates, you were stuck in South Carolina.
Yes.
And I know that you have also missed P&Z meetings. Is this going to fit into your lifestyle?
I have missed one P&Z meeting and I was in South Carolina. No, it shouldn't. I think we all miss a meeting here and there for whatever reason. And I do not think this will be a problem.
And I believe these meetings will also be held in the evening like these are.
Yes, perfect.
Okay.
I'm an evening person.
Move that we appoint Shelley Coleman to the Parks Board.
Second.
Vote from the left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Key, yes.
Voss, yes.
Shelley,
Thank
you're on the
you.
board. Teresa Martin.
Hi, Teresa Martin. Do you need my address?
You can state it.
337 Schooner.
So how long have you lived in Gun Barrel?
Not as long as the last, probably both candidates. I moved here in August.
Okay.
Well, welcome.
Thank you. That's it?
Why would you like to serve on the Parks Board?
A couple different reasons. It's nice to participate in the community. I have lived for roughly 30 years in Plano and the Texas Hill Country prior to that and was very active in those communities. And I'm also active athletically. I have a history in that, although my profession is marketing and business development. Previously, I've been a marathon coach. I coached with Luke's Locker. Some of you may be familiar with the running store. I've also run a couple marathons, but during graduate school, I worked as a personal trainer. And one of my great successes there was to be able to help somebody who wouldn't even tell me her weight because she was more than 300 pounds. And we were able to healthfully help her reduce 100 pounds in over a year and continue on in her health journey. So I'd like to be able to impact that in the community through work and improvement with the parks and potentially helping educate people around their own health and fitness. Because as we all know, as you go down the street, the options are many that are fast food. And this is just not helpful. And we now have 2 generations of people who have no idea how to prepare their food or where their food comes from or how to teach their children about that. So that's part of my passion.
I love that.
I have a question that's just curiosity.
Sure.
You endured law school and didn't sit the bar?
No, I've always done marketing, business development, helping entities grow and figure out how to build their business. But that led me, through a friend from college, to a recommendation for a job at the intersection of marketing and law, legal marketing. And through that, someone encouraged me to consider law school, which I did, but I never went with the intention of practicing law. And my talent sits right at the nexus of creativity. I'm not an artist, but I communicate with those people, and I'm not a linear thinker like law. That's a little boring. So I prefer to be a little bit of both. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
I make a motion that we approve Teresa Martin for the Parks Board.
A second.
Vote from my left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Key, yes.
Voss, yes.
Thank you.
I will say that for everyone that's on the park board, Section 8 of the charter states your responsibility, so you might want to read that. And also, there was a fundraiser this weekend at the park, and I think it's very successful. I didn't attend, but I've heard it was successful and very fun. All right. 3, economic development. 3A, discuss and/or take action to consider adopting Resolution R 2023-006, approving the EDC amended 2022-2023 fiscal year budget. You want to open that?
I move that we discuss or take action to consider adopting Resolution R 2023-006, approving the EDC's amended 2022-2023 fiscal year budget.
Okay, I spoke to Robin today and asked for additional information on financial information for the EDC. And she said she would get it. Her CPA is out of town. So I would just like to table this. It's my opinion, I would like to table this item till the next meeting, till we get the further financial information for the EDC.
Do we need a motion for that?
Yes, I need a motion.
I move that we table Resolution R 2023-006 until the next meeting when we can have the further information from the EDC accountant.
I second.
Okay, a vote from the left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
He, yes.
Foster, yes.
Okay. All right, 3B, first reading of Resolution R 2023-007, approving a renovation, it's really loan, it's not a grant, a renovation loan and performance agreement to Dreamy Dogs LLC in an amount not to exceed $100,000. And this is just the first reading, so there won't be any action on that. And there's, let me see.
Question?
Yeah,
Rita, if you could read the resolution
Yeah.
header, please.
coming there.
It's on the screen.
Yep. A resolution of the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City, Texas, approving a loan agreement and project by and between the Gun Barrel City Economic Development Corporation and Dreamy Dogs LLC, a Texas limited liability company, to provide financial assistance in an amount not to exceed $100,000 for economic development purposes and providing for an immediate effective date. Whereas the Gun Barrel City Economic Development, herein referred to as the Gun Barrel City EDC, is a Type B Economic Development Corporation created pursuant to Chapter 505 of the Texas Local Government Code as amended, and whereas Section 505.158 of the Texas Local Government Code provides that for a Type B corporation authorized to be created by a municipality with a population of 20,000 or less, infrastructure and improvements found by the Corporation Board of Directors to promote new or expanded business developments. Further, a Type B corporation may not undertake a project authorized by this section that requires an expenditure of more than $10,000 until the governing body of the corporation's authorizing municipality adopts a resolution authorizing the project after giving the resolution at least 2 separate readings. And whereas the Gun Barrel City EDC has approved a project with Dreamy Dogs LLC, a Texas limited liability company, herein after referred to as a borrower, and whereas the City Council of the City of Gun Barrel City finds and determines the expenditures as specified in the loan agreement attached hereto as Exhibit A will promote new or expanded business development and otherwise meet the definition of project as that term is defined in Section 505.158 of the Texas Local Government Code. And we don't need a motion on that. Okay, planning and zoning. A public hearing on request to replat lots 2024, Block 4 in the Harbor Point subdivision belonging to Shoreman Airport LLC, physically located at 1147 Harbor Point Road, Gun Barrel City, Texas, into 2 lots, Lot 20R and 21R. So we open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak for or against it?
Yes.
Hi, good evening. I'm Elizabeth Shorman. Yes, just simply changing my, replatting my lot from 5 lots with the building on 3.5 of them to 2 lots with the building on 1 and an empty lot on the other.
Any questions?
Do we have a plat?
Do I've submitted it through CPC. But if you have any other questions or need copies, let me know.
Is there any future plans for the empty lot, or can you elaborate on why you want to do this?
Yes, sir. I eventually would like to build a warehouse on the second lot.
Okay.
We have all the replats in here? Yes. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Is that all the questions? Public hearing is closed. Discuss and or take action to consider approving a request to replat lots 20 through 24, Block 4 in the Harbor Point subdivision belonging to Shoreman Airport LLC, physically located at 1147 Harbor Point Road, Gun Barrel City, Texas, into 2 lots, Lot 20R and 21R. We need a motion.
Move to take action to consider approving a request to replat lots 20 through 24, Block 4 in the Harbor Point subdivision belonging to Sherman Airport LLC, physically located at 1147 Harbor Point Road, Gun Barrel City, Texas, into 2 lots, Lot 20R and 21R.
Second. Vote from our left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes.
Jacobs, yes.
Key, yes.
Boss, yes.
4C, discuss and or take action to consider approving a site plan on a request from Go Land Investments LLC for Gun Barrel Boat and RV Club to be located at 762 East Main Street, Gun Barrel City. I need a motion to open up.
I move that we discuss or take action to consider approving site plan on a request from Goland Investments LLC for Gun Barrel Boat and RV Club to be located at 762 East Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas.
Second. Do we have any discussion on this item?
Yes, Rita, I'll be recusing myself from this vote as I did at the last planning and zoning meeting. This property is listed and under contract through my office, so I don't feel that it's appropriate for me to vote on this item.
Okay. Okay. Now we have a public hearing, 4D, public hearing on a request from Go Land Investments LLC regarding granting a special use permit to operate a storage facility, Gun Barrel Boat and RV Club, located at 762 East Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas, a general business district B2 zoned area.
Ms. Evans, I'm sorry, could we get a vote on 4C?
No, I don't think we did. Well, you want to get a vote on the site plan?
Yes.
Okay, we need a vote on 4C, approving the site plan.
So move.
Second. Vote from my left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes. Oh. Key.
Oh, I'm sorry. Key, yes.
Boss, yes.
Okay, now. Ready for the public hearing? Okay. Public hearing on request from Go Land Investments LLC regarding granting a special use permit to operate a storage facility, Gun Barrel Boat and RV Club, located at 762 East Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas, a general business district B2 zoned area. All right. Public hearing is opened. Anyone has speak for or against this project?
My name's Casey Hibbs. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you. I'm here just to request the approval for the special use permit for the boat and RV storage facility. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Could you give us an estimate of how much sales tax will be generated per year at this facility?
I don't have an estimate for that one off the top of my head.
This is one of the reasons we have commercial property, and we're trying to keep it open for commercial development that pays sales tax. Many times, a special permit comes forward to us at this stage when we have to ask this question. I would give our council some thought that we need to have these special permits considered earlier in the process. But this is another one of those situations where we're giving up some valuable space on Main Street with no estimate whatsoever what the sales tax might be on it.
I can tell you there is a boat and RV storage facility. There are 2 buildings that are about 22,500 square feet in total. And that would be open to, a variety of tenants potentially. Yeah. So I don't have a figure for you, a dollar figure, but I can tell you there would be something generated there, potentially.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Kate Weller, Chair of Planning and Zoning, and this matter has already come before the Planning and Zoning Commission. Please note that this property is east of 198. So when we talk about business frontage, often we're talking about between the edge of town after you cross the causeway to 198. Now, this doesn't mean that it isn't business frontage property, but it is not directly in the line that we normally talk about. I am sure that sales tax will be collected per the laws of the state of Texas. I'm not sure we have to know the exact amount in order to grant this permit, and that was the thinking of the Planning and Zoning Commission, who approved this unanimously. Thank you.
Any more comments or concerns? Public hearing's closed. 4E, discuss and/or take action to consider adopting ordinance 0-2023-008, granting a special use permit to Go Land Investments, LLC, to operate a storage facility, Gun Barrel Boat and RV Club, located at 762 East Main Street, Gun Barrel City, Texas, a general business district B2 zoned area. Do I have a motion?
I move that we discuss or take action to consider adopting ordinance number O-2023-008.
Second. Vote from my left.
Burns, yes.
Evans, yes.
Key, yes.
Foster, yes?
Passes. Well, I guess we'll adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So move.